What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Marcel. Welcome back to the New Norm channel, your go-to for black culture, relationship, and celebrity insight. And today, man, I just want to bring another news story to react to with y'all, man. And this one is investigation finds U.S. prisons labor linked to popular food brands. So it seems like the prisons is linked to our food brands, man. We got modern day slavery going down on today's episode, man. So I want to thank, first of all, I want to thank y'all for checking in. And if you like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I invite you to be part of the channel, the New Norm, man. So without further ado, let's get into it. Again, the video is called Investigation Finds U.S. Prison Labor Linked to Popular Food Brands. So let's watch, and I'll give you my opinion afterwards.
Hundreds of popular food brands to work done by U.S. prisoners. A 2-year Associated Press investigation found that everything from grains, meat, eggs, and milk had been grown, harvested, or produced by incarcerated people. And their labor finds its way into the supply chains of some of the most recognized brands and largest food companies in the world.
These types of agricultural programs are being run at prisons across the country. Dozens of them generate revenue. Those are the green dots you see there on your screen. One penitentiary highlighted by the AP is the state prison in Angola, Louisiana. A prison spokesperson there pushed back on the slavery comparison, saying Angola has transformed with large-scale criminal justice reforms. The official pointed to other programs like educational and spiritual options that prisoners can choose from. NBC's Lester Holt met with one prisoner who took that route back in 2019. Watch.
What is it like to serve time in the same prison that your father was executed in?
At first, it was embarrassing. I just knew I had to do something different than just do time and die in prison. I was able to go to the seminary. I graduated with a BA, 3.91 average in 2000.
Hold up, guys, hold up. Just my little opinion. Let me drop this sentence in y'all, man. Does this sound like modern day slavery? This is modern day slavery. Let's continue watching.
2013, I was selected to be a social mentor.
Joining me now is Robin McDowell. She and her colleague Margie Mason are the authors of this sweeping investigation. Robin, welcome. Thanks for joining us this evening. The story that we just heard, that's just one example, right? What did your investigation find on a broader scale about the experiences at Angola and prisons that have these agricultural programs across the country?
Well, we discovered mainly that people are being forced to work for pennies, sometimes nothing at all. And that really these, in our opinion, are some of the most vulnerable workers, because if they refuse to work, they can be punished. That can mean being sent to solitary confinement. It can mean losing the chance at parole. And if they get hurt, they really have very few protections at all. They're not protected by basic things like the Fair Labor Standards Act if they're injured. And
it seems like these people ain't got no rights, man.
And if they're killed, the Prison Labor Reform Act makes it very difficult to sue.
And we're hearing comparisons to slavery. Let's remind people what the 13th Amendment says about slavery. Quote, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. Robin, what can be done if this is enshrined in our Constitution?
Well, I think people need to remember, a lot of things that are legal are not necessarily right. We can look directly at slavery. Efforts are underway now to make changes to that, to the amendment, and also similar language in state constitutions. I guess that is a start. There are also efforts to try to get people who are working behind bars or as part of work release programs to at least get paid fairly and to be protected.
We know this investigation calls out really large companies like McDonald's, Whole Foods, General Mills. Do they know what is happening, and have they responded to your reporting?
Well, just to make a distinction between how these goods are ending up in the supply chains of some of these biggest products. Some big companies buy directly from big prison farms and others through third-party suppliers. So I think it depends on how closely they are connected to the actual initial purchase, whether or not they know.
Did anything surprise you during your research as you conducted this investigation? And where do you see this going in the future?
I think really what surprised us most was the lack of protections if something went wrong. I think there are a lot of things to continue looking at in this area, things that, I can't really talk about here, but this is really a rich area for investigation.
Mm-hmm. Robin McDowell, we really appreciate your reporting on this.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated.
All right, you guys, man. This is a story about modern day slavery, man. Just modern day slavery. A lot of prisons, if y'all don't know by now, is big business. I had been learned about this a few years ago. They say a lot of prisons is big business. That's how they make free money, make free products to sell to y'all, and basically make their money off of free labor, man. They even said, I even heard a story where what is called Victoria's Secret is linked to prisons being big business. My thoughts into this, man, this is a very dangerous territory for the United States, man, especially with the modern day slavery, because the way I feel what they doing is black people are targets for them to be put in this criminal system, which they come out, they take black young kids that's involved in crime, who say, you know what I'm saying, and they is never to be able to get out this system, and it just becomes a cycle. So basically, if they can't just turn us into a slave, people of color into a slave, now they want to make us into criminals in some sorts of way to make us into slaves. And I even done heard a story that's going around, that's circulating, man. I'm probably gonna bring that to y'all next time, about they want to make menthol cigarettes illegal, man. Look it up. Just don't take my word for it. Look it up. They trying to make menthol cigarettes illegal. Who's the majority of people that smoke menthol cigarettes? Us black people do. Not me personally, but it's crazy, man. I feel like they still trying to target us, man. They still trying to throw us in this system. And even if you is in prison, for the people who got family in prison, man, and family gone to prison, man, you want your loved ones to be okay, man. Now, I ain't talking about the killers and all the child molesters or anything like that. I'm talking about if your family on the bid for a drug sentence, or they did something self-defending themselves and they got locked up for unrighteous crime, and people like that, man. So don't put words in my mouth. I know how y'all YouTubers are out there, man. But this is a dangerous territory, man. America was built off slavery. Seems like it still is built off slavery, man. I just want to know y'all thoughts on this, man. And let me mention this before I go, man. That's why I could never be a Republican, because the Republicans believe in building more jail and have more prisoners in there, man. Prisons is big business. In the end, all said and done, prisons is big business. Remember that, man. When you think about these prisons, it's more about the money, man. Follow the dollar and you'll know everything, man. But be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. This has been your boy Marcel. I'm checking in, I'm checking out. Until next time, see you later. Peace.